It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you remix. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's Black and Educated with Jay. What's up? Hey y'all, it is Jay London. I am piecing in. What is good? What's up? How you guys doing? Okay. I like that. That's good. That's very good to hear, y'all. Welcome to Black and Educated. My name is Jay London. I'm 23 years old. I'll talk about all the things that you don't want to talk about. So let's say there's a crazy case. You want to let something off your chest, whatever it could possibly may be. You can email me anonymously or you can comment down below. I got you. Okay? But London fam, you already know what it is. I'm just going to jump right in because this whole history of voting and all that stuff is very complex and it's very complicated as it is. I'm a firm believer that if I don't understand it, you're not going to understand it. And it took me a long ass time to understand this. Okay? All right. Y'all go grab a cup of coffee, go grab a cup of tea, a shot of vodka, a shot of tequila, whatever you want. We are a little later in the afternoon, so there's no judgment, okay? And y'all, let's just dive in. So y'all, voting. Voting is a thing that people think it's important that we vote. Some people think it doesn't matter if we vote. Some people just like something to do and want to get that sticker, you know what I'm saying? But there's history behind it, and we're gonna break that down real quick, okay? Y'all, it's only been 232 years since the founding fathers found the Electoral College, or put the Electoral College together. And basically, to understand voting, nominee, and all that stuff, we have to break down the Electoral College. So the Electoral College is a group of people who come together appointed from each state to choose the president and the vice president of the US. Since 1964, the amount of electors that are in this college are 538 people. 538 people, okay? 435 are representatives of each state. 3 are from the Washington District of Columbia, not the state, okay? And there's 100 senators. Basically, each state starts off with 3 points, votes, whatever you want to call it. But depending on the amount of people are populated within this state and the amount of Congress people that are living within this state, you can have more points or less points, more votes or less votes. I want you guys to know what a safe state is and a swing state. Safe states can basically count on voting on particular parties, and that's been very loyal for the past 4 elections, since 1996 all the way to 2008. So the Democratic states, or the safe states that are going to vote for the Democratic Party, can consist of Oregon, Maryland, Michigan, Massachusetts, etc. And Republican states, their safe states, can consist of Mississippi, Kansas, Idaho, Alabama. Those are your safe states. Now you have swing states. And these, I like to refer them as leaves onto a tree. The wind can blow very, very hard and they're going to swing Republican. But the wind can blow very, very hard the next day and they can swing Democrat. Basically, so they can really, there's no set party within that state, okay? And yeah, another thing, the census that we go through every 10 years helps determine the amount of votes each state gets, okay? So, y'all, look at this map. Look at this map behind me. So, let's say we're looking at, so y'all, this map that we're looking at, this is the presidential election of 2016 between Clinton and Trump. And if you look at California, that's 55 votes. Then you look at Texas, that's 38 votes. Then you look at Florida, 29, New York 29, Pennsylvania has 20. So that this year is probably gonna go way up, probably by a couple points each state, or it can go down depending a couple points each state. The census has a very, very, very big thing to do with that, right? But we also gotta think who's in Congress, and you also got to think of your senators, all that stuff. And in order to win, basically the presidential election or the Electoral College, which is the majority of the vote of the decision choosing president and vice president, you have to get 270 votes. As we all know, Clinton did get the popularity vote with about 3 million voters voting for Hillary. But since the Electoral College won majority, Trump wins. So a lot of people think if the popularity vote does not matter, then our vote doesn't matter, period. So why does Electoral College vote trump popularity vote? Basically, it's because the founding fathers, as we all know, George Washington, etc., a whole bunch of people that you guys can see the picture behind me, they would have meetings trying to choose the president, and they couldn't trust the people to decide who can be in charge. Now, was there any equal freedom throughout all that shit? Hell no. Hell no. So you can only imagine why they wouldn't let people vote, like, or they wouldn't let the popularity vote matter as much, because at that time it was slaves. The only people that were on top were Caucasian. Women were trash. Basically, they had no right, nothing. So the only people that can vote were white males over the age of 21. And they had to own land on top of that. Basically, what the founding fathers thought was, okay, I will not be given the right or the power to the people to decide who our leaders are. Let's just put a group of people together, and they're basically the college or the group that will decide who is the successor. So you guys are probably hearing that, and you guys are probably like, you just explained that the Electoral College are the ones who decide the president and the vice president. No. Well, yes. Well, no. You see how confusing it is? Hopefully, I'm gonna move a little bit so you guys can see all of these numbers. So basically, when the election comes about, y'all, the magical number is 270. That's how much they have to accumulate, point-wise or vote-wise, from the Electoral College to get the vote. So basically, why do they have rallies? Why do the people that are running for presidency have different rallies around the state? Because they have to win the state over. So let's say when there's an election going on, and for example, now, let's say you hear somebody say Biden won Florida. That means the rally that Biden did over there, he persuaded the people. He persuaded not only the population, not only the community, he persuaded the senators, the college. It is very important to figure out who's a part of your electoral college, because you have to see if your views match with their views. And when you go out to vote November 3rd, you are technically choosing the Electoral College. Then the Electoral College later on in December chooses the president and the vice president. Now, they do take in consideration all the votes, popularity vote, Electoral College vote, all that stuff. So it is very, very, very important that we look into our state. Is your state Republican? Is your state Democratic? Do you stand for what they're talking about? Your mayor, your senators, etc. Because they are very important in the primary elections. So, I know that was confusing, because to me, it still is kind of confusing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it even got me questioning everything. There's a lot of people who believe that, well, the Electoral College are the ones that are going to decide. But there are a lot of people who believe it's your duty. And if you believe into something, and if you believe in, for example, if you believe that it is your duty to be woke and to educate yourself on different scenarios and circumstances that come up, then it is your duty to vote, basically. The best person that explains that to me is this beautiful, beautiful video that I'm gonna put at the top of my links, because I know my links belong down there in the description. But it's The Reason to Vote by Geoff Sear McCord. Hopefully I said that right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say, maybe it's Geoff Sear McCord. It's all down here, of UNE Chapel Hill. He explains it. He explains it in the best way possible. If I wouldn't have gotten that video, I probably wouldn't have understand what I'm trying to teach you guys today. Okay? Since 2000 and on, all of the states that are considered U.S. territories, such as Puerto Rico, Guam, etc., they don't have the right to vote. They can't vote, and that's over 4.1 million people. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Hello? Hello? Oh, you gonna come on? Oh my God, I haven't seen Professor Santos in a hot minute. Okay, I'll throw it over. Okay, bye. Boop.
Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
He
My
made a
son,
fortune.
my son,
And he didn't
How
have a job.
disrespectful.
like a lot of people, like a lot of people we know at home,
Disrespectful.
you know,
Ugh.
he's-
Girl, yes, honey, girl. Girl, and they were just yelling at each other like, I don't even know. It was just some. It was so crazy. Girl, let me call your ass back. There's somebody in my classroom. Hey! Hey guys, I ain't drinking. Not me, I'm your professor. I'm a clean professor. How are you guys doing, y'all? Y'all, I'm here to be messy, okay? I'm here to talk about your 2020 debate. Listen, these two motherfuckers up here, that was a joke. That was a joke. I did feel bad for Mr. Biden. Mr. Biden reminded me of, you know, when you're in school and let's say Trump's the bully and that bully is like going hard to knock your shine down. And man, that's what I felt like Biden. Biden was just like that little kid that was just, But let me tell you one thing. You have to be a real trash, hot dog, ugly ass, orange built motherfucker to call out somebody else's son, okay, about their drug issues, so on and so forth. Y'all, how about you tell me about your Trump Care Act? How about you explain your stance on the BLM movement instead of saying that we are left radicalists that are fucking crazy, blah, 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 blah. There's so many other things that you could have said and probably made yourself look 10 times better because, again, you are trying to persuade us to vote for you, Democratic or Republican. This goes to both of you guys. There's so much stuff that could have been thrown out, but it was a waste of an hour and a half that I don't even know. It was I just came on here for a quick minute just to tell you guys that I laughed through all of it. And what do you guys think? Let me pass this back to Jay London. He don't even gotta cue me. He ain't gotta cue me. He ain't gotta tell me, can I have my show back? No, you can have it back because I'm done talking about these candidates. I'm done. Take your show back. This ginger ale's hitting. Why Professor Santos gotta be so messy sometimes? He's so messy. Like, you didn't have to say all that. He said it though. It's okay. He said what he said. But, y'all, all I can tell you guys is go vote. Go vote for a change. I feel like this world is headed, hopefully, to positive change. We can only hope, right? We can only pray that it gets better. But if you really give a fuck about the rights of your kids and you want change, just go vote. Go vote. Like, this is so crazy. And it's crazy to me that there are people out there who are like, I'm not voting, like my vote doesn't matter. Just go vote. There's so many people who marched from Tennessee to Mississippi. Y'all, if you guys can tell me where what march that was, 10 points to you. But there are people who march, who risk their lives just to get this right, just to try and get a change. If you ain't gonna do it for yourself, do it for them. Do it for your ancestors. Don't give me that stupid excuse that my vote isn't important. Your vote is very important. If not, they wouldn't have introduced a popularity vote. And y'all, the first 500,000 votes that go in, that are made by people, are very important. Very, very, very important. I think it's 500,001. Those are immediately counted. Those are immediately pushed into consideration. So you never know if that one vote probably helped out your candidate. Just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Y'all, if you guys see anyone going through a rough time, tell them everything's gonna be okay. Give them a fist pump or just shout out because of this whole COVID thing. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.